I was learning to reach, even though there was nothing to hold. I felt every tear before I ever saw rain. Even then, I knew the storm wasn't outside, it was him. And in her arms, even hidden inside, I found my first home. I wanted her to know I was here. My joy shook the same walls as his anger. I was learning the rhythm of hiding. Before I ever knew words, I knew her lullaby. I pressed against the edges of her world. I knew his storms before I knew my own name. Her voice was my first language, and I was learning that love and fear could live in the same room. Her body broke open for me. I came screaming into her storm. Even my first breath belonged to both of them, and in her arms, I belonged. The world outside was always loud. Even broken, she still gave me music. I knew the storm by its rhythm. Her arms were still my home. I didn't have words for it yet, but I knew sadness had a hiding place. They said it was just imagination. Even the table knew his anger. In her arms, I could still forget. With little hands, I cleaned her silence. Ways to keep her safe, ways to keep him calm. Survival looked like pretending. Even then, I believed I could keep her warm. They weren't written down, but I memorized them anyway. It was safer to stay small. Hiding was my superpower. Even when I tried to vanish, she pulled me back into light. I learned how to wear joy like a mask. The walls always remembered my silence. Worlds on paper felt safer than the one I lived in. Even in fear, she was my anchor. Every crack in the glass looked like his shadow. The mask fit better the older I got. I hated him, but I hated the part of me that looked like him too. Her love kept my reflection from breaking. Every layer I put on was a shield. Lending in was the safest way out. I shook in fear, but I stood anyway. Her love was the only armor I ever needed. Every bag I packed in my head was a lifeline. I dreamed in colors brighter than home. Disappearing was never my destiny. She gave me the strength to step into the world. For the first time, quiet didn't mean danger. Every sentence felt like stitching my skin back together. They were no longer chains. They were proof I survived. And because of her, I finally found me. Not the one my father tried to make. I finally belonged in it. What I needed, I became for others. And it always will.